What's happened? The guards at the gate are right, old Bennick.
If we're going to do this, we'll need...
Clive, it just so happens that right at this very moment...
And what talents would...
Why, your fearlessness?
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark... Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the Knan remain free for long, of course. But the army, too, is in disarray, and finds itself unable...
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masters...
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more.
So where does my skill with a blade...
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, so we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere and we believe we have found one. Cashlock. The place was abandoned a long time ago.
And so, we seek the aid of a
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements...
Of course.
Sounds like you'll have your work.
I will. We have an entire... Even if I begin right now, so I'd better try to clear the place out.
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chaidra's Thread, past Lateney's...
All right.
I'm sure you won't need...
Oh, you're a friend of the Crimson Caravans. And by the look of you, I'd say you were the...
This must have been a nice place once.
It will be again. Too slow.
Oh, hang on a second. Let's see what this is. Pop it for a minute, officially get ready for church. Alright, man. Peachy, you sound just like my grandmother. She's doing the exact same thing herself. I'll be going to church again on Sunday. That's going to be a few days, but I'll be going. Bull! Emily's supposed to pop in here too at some point. Ems.
I think that's the last of them.
Eminence.
I think you're right. Let's head back to Boklad.
Man, I dropped down the daggum cliffside and just threw myself right into the hornet's nest. Which I did not mean to do, but it happened anyways. But that means I'm just going to wrap myself right back up around again and see if there's anything that I missed. Didn't mean to. Didn't think it was going to throw me down there, but it did anyways. I'm trying to really focus on one game at a time. I've been jumping around a bit, obviously, but I'm trying to focus on one thing at a time. Let's see here. So we did come up from that way. That place must have been blocked off. That's where I fell down at. Okie dokie, Smokey. That was... yeah. Ugh. Really finished games. Yeah, I bebop around too much. I'm like a whore on prom night. Sorry, that was a bad analogy. I finished games, but like when you put it all together, there's more games I haven't finished compared to games that I have finished. So there's that. Well, you mean I could take down huge, massive beasts, but I can't break a freaking jar with my swordy sword? That's insane. What the heck was that? You serious? There ain't like nothing back there. There's something over here. Yeah. I still think this is better than 15. People have their qualms about 15 and they have their qualms about 16, but I still think this is better than 15. So much better than 15. I sent Mirage back. I sent Assassin's Creed Mirage back. Because I was trying to see how the combat was, and I was killing stuff, and I have it set on the easiest mode, and yeah. The homo kiss and all. No, I'll pass on that one. Thank you for bringing that to memory when I thought I had scrubbed it clean from my mind with bleach, and you brought it back again. So thanks a lot for that. But it only happened once, so. Hopefully it'll stay that way. In the back of my mind, I don't know why, but I was kind of thinking, like, when 15 was first announced and it was coming out, I thought that maybe they were going to end up having something like that with all four of those guys traveling out and about with each other. This reminded me of where my money went. Well, it's not like I knew that in the first place. Only kissed so far. It's not like I knew that in the first place. Technically, I don't think it went to Square Enix. Because if I'm buying it from GameFly, and they're like one of the main companies I know of that has like the cheapest prices for games, wouldn't they basically be like a third-party seller? It'd be like GameStop, where the money goes to them instead. So technically, I gave my money to GameFly instead of Square Enix. Holy guaca! Oh, I know where this is going to lead. This has got to lead towards one of the marks, one of the beasts that one of the side beasts that I need to take down. I'm going to save right before I go to it. I should have taken a video of this beast that I took down. I was like level 37, I think, and this thing was level 50. It was a level 50 dragon. Thought I was going to die, but man, didn't. Made it through. Like GameStop, essentially, yeah. So, there you go. I was just supporting a great company. And it wasn't Square Enix. That's some pretty water right there. That's some pretty music right there. Oh my gosh, you keep reminding me of such. Yeah, but I didn't know. That's what I'm saying. I didn't know. Maybe if I would have watched Synthetic Man's playthrough of it the whole time, I would have found it out. Matter of fact, if he streamed that whole game, I'd love to find out the part where that happened and what he ended up saying about it. They're like, oh great, here we go. Pandering. It's like this is Final Fantasy 16, not homosexual Fantasy 16. Cloak and dagger. What time is it? Okay. Now watch me some AEW wrestling tonight. That street fight's going to be going on tonight. I really like AEW. There's times where they try to mix in like video games, like promotions for video games, into their programming. Like they got a street fight tonight called The Man Who Erased His Name. Same game that I got from the Yakuza series is coming from PlayAsia. They ended up have like this street fight thing that's going to be in promotion to that with these two teams of 4 guys. Anal Fantasy 16. Oh, Lord, that's terrible. That's just horrible. I just had some burgers earlier. I feel like I'm going to vomit. I mean, well, then again, you know, if it's me and my wife and she's into that, well, you know, it's all fair game, I guess. 2 teams and 34 guys. I said 4 guys apiece. So it'd be 8 guys, not 34 guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, piss. But that would be a street fight, wouldn't it? Why is there nothing out here? I could have sworn this is going to be where one of those marks is going to show up, but it hasn't. Something's definitely got to show up, though. Oh well, we'll just fast travel back to Hoochie Coochie Land. $34 guys.
Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you will give them your full consideration.
I shall. Thank you.
I know Chris Jericho is going to be on one of the teams, so I definitely got to check that out. Dude's in his late 40s, I think, and still kicking it.
Him again.
I don't know, maybe might be his early 50s now.
Yes. And, no. But enough about him. How did you fare down in Cashlock?
Oh,
It's done.
You made quick.
I should go and
Don't let me. But Clive, she'll only get up. I'll explain everything once you've.
All right.
The way that dude talks, he seems a little light in the loafers himself. He's a little light in the loafers. He likes the man sausage.
Eloise, I just got back.
Thank you, Clark. Here. Something for your trouble. Well then, now that you have laid the ground, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiation.
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf. I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with. Fighting's what... But we shall emerge victorious.
Well,
I'm not sure I do. But thank you.
All right, man.
Ah,
Take it easy. Let me
Clive.
know how everything went with you at
You wanted
church.
to talk?
Thank you kindly for
The
coming in.
man I was
I'll
watching
talk at you
earlier,
later.
the one speaking to my sister.
Have fun. Be
He
sweet and
represents
safe.
the Silver Peak Consortium. It's,
I don't think I've heard of...
well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate and they're still expanding. And judging by her...
And you'd rather she...
I would rather she did. And I would never deny her. Eloise saved me from slavery. But this was not the life my sister... I won't let her give up on her dreams. She freed me from my bond, and she must be freed from her...
You're a good man.
I have always been grateful for what my... And I want to repay the favor. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises,
She loves you.
and I love her. Which is why I want this time to... Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to time.
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, these bearers aren't going to... That's a job for the Crimson... This could well be the last commission the Crimson Caravan...
Wonderful creatures, chocobos are.
Ah, Clive.
Oh?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's... Well, now the rest have come to join him. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around, but we ain't got nowhere for him to bed down. I'd build him a new back, but where would I put him? Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle.
I see.
And it ain't just that lot. There's been more and more of them turning up, but there's only so many we can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. And that's what I was hoping you might help.
It's no burden.
Thank you.
So,
Well, I reckon
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I...
it was a tragedy, and if any of us could have done, but what's done is done. And though
I suppose you're...
the blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good... There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men. Would have sent someone to clear 'em out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full. But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved.
And I know the men will gladly... I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might... And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too.
Of course.
Reckon Eastpool would make a nice little home for a few bearers and guardians, where they might make...
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first. So, Wade.
And you, Lord Ross.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free...
That's right. Though I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since... And then there are the bearers. Men and women. We need somewhere to settle them.
As can I. Which is why I...
That's very kind of you. With you beside us, we shall soon send that...
So...
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there, a small force would suffice to clear the village. But if the Akashic were to follow them in, that
I'll head into Eastpool and deal. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and make sure I'm not taken.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk.
The Akashic are the bigger risk.
Well, I shall summon my men at...
Shall I wait for you?
No need, my lord. You...
All right.
We shall see you there.
Who the hell are you? Kill them!
You will leave this place.
That's the end of that, then. Or maybe not. What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes to... Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Akashic.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send... leave it with me.
Home? No. With them.
That's all of them. And now to begin the important work. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beast. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that... it'll take a bit of elbow grease.
So wait, if you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuild.
Of course.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived. If you need anything more, you...
And we will, my lord.
Eastpool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
First things first, we'll need to get a few of these roofs seen to. Wouldn't want to be...
Ah, there you are. Sir Wade told me you got rid of... What's all this about? Some shapes? On second thoughts, it'll only give me nightmares of me own. What matters is...
I suppose it will be.
What else? Sir Wade said there's plenty bad happened to that place. But that don't undo the good that
Did Wade say...
Well, something along those... Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool. So the way I see it, not if it's food or lumber or strong backs they need.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have...
I wanted to.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? Sorry, but you're not quite there yet. All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Let me tell you,
All right.
them rumours, wet legs, might be they weren't just You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who was some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but to satisfy that lust I sold to opposing armies. Stabbed my every client in the back. But then one day I met him, said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant...
Was that the first time you met?
Aye. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And and all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the Mother Christ. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. And up... Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest. And that's when he had me. I emptied me... And the rest, as they say, a dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest, damn. But I can say, you've all shown me
that there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. Is that all?
Trouble with your gear, or... So, what'll it be? And how am I meant to do that, then? That it? Fine.
Clive. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. Finished, are you? Still alive, are you? Coin purse weighing you down?
Did you see the pair that got hauled into time?
My Lord Mark, that some of my fellow guardians are to build a new...
It's true.
I have many... When I was a child, we would visit. I went to see Aunt Hannah after my uncle passed away.
Oscar.
But my training is not yet...
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters. Rebuild her home.
Thank you.
Sounds like thunder.
You're late. I was starting to think you'd stumbled off a cliff.
I seem to recall that was you, Gav.
Good to see you. Any trouble on the road?
Nothing we couldn't handle.
I knew you'd come. Is that who I think it is?
Yes.
Allow me to introduce my brother. Joshua.
Clive's told me all about you. Or even listening most of the time. Name's Midadol, but everyone calls me Mid.
My lady.
Eh?
My boy.
Uncle Byron.
It's really you. I never thought I'd see the day.
So these Akashic are being controlled?
That's what it looked like. Empty eyes, eerie blue glow. No doubt they were turned, but silent as monks, every last one of them.
Your man here speaks true, Clive. We saw more than a few in the city. They moved in ranks with a purpose, and not of their own.
Ultima's doing.
Perhaps.
What of the city? The people?
Dead, mostly.
Mostly, but not all. A handful managed to lock themselves in their villas before the Horde arrived. Some in the Merchants' District to the west, and a few others on the far bank.
If the Akashic stumble across either hiding place, a few bolted doors won't hold them for long. We need to find them. And quickly.
What do you propose?
We split into two parties. I will make for the Merchants' District, while you look to those across the river. Mind keeping an eye on my brother?
Not at all. We find the villa and try the servants' entrance.
Understood.
And what of us?
Mid, is she fit to sail?
The ship, the Mithril engine could probably do with a few more tweaks.
Then you better work fast. Even if we do reach the survivors in time, they'll never make it to the hideaway on foot.
You leave that to me.
See that Mid doesn't get herself into trouble, would you?
Think I can manage that?
I'll keep him safe.
Looks like you stuck with me, Byron.
That's Lord Rossfield, you little gutter snipe!
Shall we then?
And you keep Clive safe.
Be careful. Both of you.
You too.
All right, Torgal. Let's find those survivors. They don't stand a chance against those things. They've been routed. They're wearing Waluda armor. damned monsters here. Sounded big. Joshua and Jill must be busy. gather. There may still be survivors inside.